Welcome to the Courtroom Chronicles. This channel is dedicated to educational content based on real-life cases and true events. This content shared here is drawn directly from the actual case file, and no names, places, or items have been changed. However, the content has been carefully summarized and presented for educational purposes in a comprehension format to inform, enlighten, and spark meaningful discussions. Whether you're here to learn, reflect, or simply understand the real-world scenarios better, you're in the right place. We believe in the power of truthful storytelling to educate and inspire. Disclaimer: while all stories are based on real cases, they are presented in a condensed and structured format for clarity and learning. Viewer discretion is advised where necessary. This case is cited from the Nigerian High Court online file, which is public record. This is a case between Mr. Ibrahim Agada versus the Commissioner of Police, FCT Presiding Judge, Honorable Justice S.U. Batur, held in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja High Court. Facts of the case: Mr. Ibrahim Agada, applicant, filed a motion under Sections 34, 35, 36, and 41 of the 1999 Constitution of Nigeria and Articles 4, 5, 6, and 12 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, alleging that his fundamental rights were violated by the Commissioner of Police, FCT, respondent. He claimed he was unlawfully arrested, detained, and his freedom of movement restricted without lawful justification. Relief sought by the applicant included a declaration that his arrest and detention were unlawful and a violation of his fundamental rights, an order for his immediate release, an order restraining the police from further arrest or detention, an order mandating a written public apology, an award of $50 million in damages for the breach of his rights. Respondent's defense: the respondent argued that the arrest was based on a legitimate complaint regarding a land transaction dispute and that the applicant was not being persecuted arbitrarily. According to them, investigations were ongoing, and his arrest followed due process under the law. Judgment by the court found merit in the application by Mr. Agada, declaring that his arrest and detention were unconstitutional, lacking both due process and judicial authorization. His fundamental rights under the Constitution and African Charter were violated. The respondent acted outside the limits of lawful policing. Key orders by the court: the arrest and detention were declared unconstitutional and illegal. The police were restrained from further arrest without lawful justification. $35 million was awarded as general damages, reduced from $50 million sought. A public apology was to be issued by the respondent in 2 national newspapers. Who won the case? The claimant, Mr. Ibrahim Agada, won the case. Reasons: the respondent, Commissioner of Police, lost. The respondent failed to prove that Mr. Agada's arrest and detention followed the proper legal procedure. There was no court order or lawful justification for the continued detention. The matter was civil in nature, a land dispute, not criminal, making the police intervention unlawful. The applicant's fundamental rights to dignity, liberty, and movement were found to be violated. Further legal analysis on how this could have been avoided. How the violation occurred: the police acted beyond their powers by meddling in what was essentially a civil land transaction. There was no warrant of arrest or proper investigation process before detaining the applicant. The continued detention without a charge or court order was in breach of constitutional protections. How it could have been avoided: police compliance with jurisdiction. The police should have declined involvement in what was clearly a civil dispute and directed the complainant to approach a civil court. Use of legal instruments. If there was any criminal element alleged, like fraud, a proper complaint should have been filed, and due process, investigation, court order followed before any arrest. Training and oversight. The Nigeria police force should continuously train officers on the limits of their powers and constitutional rights of citizens. Alternative dispute resolution, ADR. Parties in land disputes should be encouraged to resolve such issues through ADR or the civil courts, instead of involving law enforcement arbitrarily. Thanks so much for watching, fam. I really appreciate you spending your time with me. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, drop a comment below, and let me know what you think about the case. I love hearing your thoughts and feedback. And hey, if you felt a connection or learned something new, Give this video a like and share it with someone who might enjoy it too. Until next time, stay safe, stay real, and I'll catch you in the next one.